So this leads into what we talked about yesterday when it came to the gambling stuff. So it's this on top of what happened. So this is the new story that came out from the gambling story. The content creator who stole $300,000 and like fleeced $300,000 from his friends and fans to fuel his gambling addiction. Right? Some other content creators were talking about how bad it is and how Twitch needs to ban gambling. And Twitch's premier gambling addict, which is Trainwrecks, decided to hop in and plead his case for why gambling is actually gigapog and should stay on the platform. Some of these tweets have been deleted, so that's why I'm looking at this video, because this has compiled a lot of them. How in the heck is Slicker not banned? Guy literally uses his platform to defraud dozens of people. Gideon is still sitting on a perma while Slicker has to go live and goes live to laugh about an actual crime, disgrace. And then Train goes, because your pals decided it was in their best interest to use and platform the very person that scammed everyone for his horse racing and tennis bets to somehow twist it and wager their war against me. And we both know deep down why the insecure little man is doing this. It's just what the... Thank you, Train. Even though Train did give him $100,000 to continue his meme, but whatever, perfectly fine. Then this tweet was deleted. Now this is the tweet that I know Miz may be regretting this tweet, I must say, because this is the tweet that led off to what Train said after this. And what Miz wrote is, if we're going to deplatform people for scamming others, shouldn't we have banned you for Joltcoin a few years back? And then Train hit back with like an absolute haymaker, which is, are you going to send Maya and Mitch to railroad and blackmail me like you did those girls to cover up all those sexual assaults? You hacking scumbag piece of poop. You want to come at me and make stuff up? Then you better be sure you don't live in a glass house, you insecure pussy. My man has gone nuclear, okay? So Train decided to go nuclear after getting called out for supporting gambling on Twitch, and has dropped this absolute insane take, which is that Miz was covering up sexual assaults that happened, and a lot of people were reading them as sexual assaults that Miz did, but Train later clarified to say that he's not talking about Miz doing the assaults. He's talking about how other people around Miz were doing the supposed sexual assaults that he is now saying that he covered up. He went on to say, the people who know the truth, the people involved know the truth, but for those of you that are farming drama and coming to split conclusions, let me be even more clear. Mizkif didn't sexually assault women. He orchestrated and covered it up for his friends. Exactly how my tweet reads. Now, I don't necessarily agree with Train there, but I mean, yeah, that is what he is alleging now, that he covered up sexual assaults that happened in his area and specifically in his house. Right? So that's what's going on now. I would like to say, I don't know Train, but I will say that every single time somebody comes after Train or like criticizes Train, it's just like, boom. He hits him with like a skeleton in the closet, okay? He's over there playing spooky, scary skeletons on all the skeletons that they have in their closets. It is truly remarkable how much dirt he has on other people that's just like kind of laying around. And I mean, like, Twitch is not a place where these types of things don't happen. I mean, we remember when, like, what was it? Were there like 50 stories or something? Remember when people had to make like a sexual harassment and assault, dictionary of all of the bad things that happened in like streamer houses and between streamers and all that type of stuff? How girls were in like streamer houses and getting like snuck up on, and people were like grabbing their tits and shit like that. Horrible memes, bad, terrible memes that were happening. It was going on for a while. So this isn't like surprising, but a lot of people are surprised that it happened in this group, because this is a very big group of people, right? These are like 60,000 concurrent view streamers. They're very, 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 very large streamers. Mizkif almost has 1 million concurrent subs, like month-to-month concurrent subscribers. This is big, all right? And Train is also a massive streamer. He's very huge. right? And so this is true. All right, we know now that this is true because the girl who had it happen to her has come out, and other people around her have come out to talk about it, and people have talked about this in the past, right? And so one thing that I want to show you all super quickly is this clip. So this is a clip for when this thing happened. For when this happened, and this is Mizkif talking about what happened. This is about a year ago now. All this happened about a year ago.
When they don't, people probably don't even know the situation. No, it's not. It's not 90% of people. Look, I don't think there's a single person that we used to hang out with that doesn't hang out with Slick anymore because of what happened. I actually think there's literally none. Because the reality is, worst comes to worst of it, it's fucking, like, sexual harassment, right? I mean, like,
What? What were you about to say, buddy? Worst comes to worst, it's sexual harassment. Were you about to say who gives a shit? Is that what you were about to say? Sexual harassment. Who cares? Who gives a shit?
Like, no one, of what you can deem of it, it's sexual harassment, whatever.
Whatever.
At a low scale, it's not really a big deal. I don't think people really gave a shit and really cared. I'm gonna turn this off if you're gonna be like this. I'll just turn it off.
Okay, so this is definitely not great. This is not good, right? Bitch what? It's a little bit of a bitch what situation. Here's this clip that I wanted to show you all. And
like, people make it seem like he did. Like, when people, like, think of it, they think that he stuck his fucking dick inside her without her consent. And I'm like, that's what people perceive it as.
What the?
When they don't.
I just hate the narrative of, he didn't rape her, so it's okay.
So I also want you to make sure that we're all on the same page. This woman here, this is the woman who this happened to, okay? So this is the woman in question who says that she was, like, assaulted, touched without her consent while she was drunk, okay? This is what happened. This is her, okay? Who's reacting to Miz talking about what happened, right? And that's not good. That's pretty bad. So you can imagine how she feels after all of this, all right? And so this is something that happened a long time ago, back in 2021, almost a year ago, a little over a year ago now. So here's an old clip from Def, where Miz is talking about the allegations and his response to them.
We're not kicking him out. I know a lot of you guys were afraid of that, and I understand why, considering the last time of what happened. But he is not leaving. But if you think that I wasn't ready to do it, you're out of your damn mind. You could ask Maya. I was literally crying.
We were crying yesterday morning because
I thought I was gonna have to do it.
He has to leave today. We're not kicking him out, but he is getting help. He is gonna talk to somebody.
So yeah. So this is Maya. This is Mrs. ex-girlfriend, who are both in the house and at the party where this happened. And some of you may be asking, what happened? All right. Here's a little bit of her twit longer in where she talks about what actually happened. I never thought I'd have to be making one of these, but here we are. I was the girl in Novaru. I was talking about the clip on LSF. She was at a birthday party, and she got very drunk and ended up blacking out, leading to the rest of the story. You heard multiple witnesses and how I feel about it, right? I was told that I was kissing my best friend, Ina, and another one of my close friends at the time, consensually. Slick was following us around, trying to kiss me, trying to kiss her. And at one point, I was told that he and I ended up kissing. All right, so he was just on the prowl. He was on the hunt. He was like, damn, she's giving out kisses. Where's mine? Where's my kiss at this party, right? Interesting stuff, definitely. Then she said she passed out and she was unconscious. He came into the room a couple of times after being asked to leave me alone each time. In 2 of those interactions, he touched my neck and chest, saying that he was just trying to make sure I was alive, or, just trying to make sure that she was alive. After being assured by my friends that it was okay and they were watching over me, whether or not his intentions were out of genuine concern or not, I don't know. To be clear, he did not assault me. He did not R-word me. But his actions did make me feel uncomfortable, and I can also say, and I can say how I feel about this story. She felt pretty bad about it, right? And so a lot of people are saying, you know, assault. Now, in this tweet longer, she said that it was an assault. I had screenshots. I'm grateful to have my friends who kept me safe during all of this. And so the guy was acting very weird, very creepy, right? Okay, chat. Type 1 in chat if you think that this is creepy behavior on Slick. This guy, his name is Slick. His name is Crazy Slick. Y'all think that this is this is some odd behavior from this guy? 1, yeah. Now this is not the first time that Slick has done something like this. All right, it really reminds me of the history with Dirty Dom and what is it? Reminds me of the history of Dirty Dom and David Dobrik, where remember when we covered that, where Dirty Dom had like literally sexually assaulted a woman, but David was like just covering it up and tried to like sweep it under the rug. It's kind of one of those things where like big streamer helps out smaller streamer who's his friend from after he like harasses or assaults an even smaller streamer woman, right? But I want to show you this because this is not the first time that this has happened. Here is a here's somebody who works for TSM, I'm pretty sure. This is a woman, once again a woman, and she's coming out to talk about what Slick, I think you could say Dirty Dom, what Slick did to her. So here are like DMs. Okay, she says, my contribution is this emoji signifies me standing with Adrianah Lee. So this is crazy here, right? I'm showing you my dick. I don't care. I'm horny. Are you going to consent before I get canceled? Now this is not okay. This is like maybe between two like really close friends. I could see them like memeing about this, but this is as far as I know, they weren't really close friends like this. This is just far and away not appropriate for this situation. And then she just drops, nope, no consent, dicks are ugly, which is kind of true. Dicks are kind of ugly. I can imagine. Yeah. Suck my dick, pussy. If we ever meet, you're done. On site. And then he responds with this. I'm sorry that I have to read this out to you, but I do. You're getting bent over immediately. Your hair getting pulled so hard. You're choke slammed while I thrust from behind, GG. Look at you. You should write a fan fiction. Lamau with this shit. Okay. Yep. Very nice. Why the fuck would that mean I'd instantly send nudes? Most girls do, Lamau. Actually, yeah. Kinda, yeah. Jesus. Sorry though, I misread and thought you were a slut, Lamau. OnlyFans girls gross me out. Good lord. So were these different days? No, this is all the same day. This is all the same day? That stuff not for me. I hate it. Trashy. And I'm pretty sure TSM, this fan, I'm pretty sure they're an OnlyFans girl. Not necessarily sure. I misread and thought you were a slut. No way you're switching up this hard right now. I would never date a girl with OnlyFans, I guess is all I'm saying. You do realize 5 minutes ago you were begging for an ass shot? It's just incredible. Also, another streamer, Jade. I'm not sure if she's released anything yet, but she said that, so we really all had the same experience with him. Proving that there's even more experiences out there than what I'm about to show you. Because if you think I was done, I'm not. Here's some more.
And he was like, oh, pooper. I love your ass. And I was like standing there and he like comes up to me and he's like looking up at me, but he like just puts his hands like on my butt.
Damn.
Like that, and he's just like grabbing it and like saying, "Oh, I pooper, I love your ass." Like, I just sort of like, just like awkwardly laugh.
So yeah, not good. That guy who did that, in this scene that I just showed you, this is all the guy who stole $300,000 from his friends and fans. Here's another one.
So, here's my hot take on Crazy Slick. Don't really know this person at all, but they were in my chat. And according to this, I think you guys can see this, maybe? I'm just gonna post the link so you guys can fucking click on it yourself. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that is that. And he was in my chat and he said, what the fuck? Fuck you. Good morning. You seem cool. Have good morning, dog. LMAO. Okay, so with Crazy Slick, he was in my chat and he said, hi, nice toe, pay laugh, want to talk on Discord, fuck you, Sage, want to talk, LOL, yeah, I like feet, no, but I like you, haha, you are hot, LOL, haha, LOL, LMAO, and then he got banned in my Twitch. So.
The fuck? What the fuck? Hey, haha, Lamau, wanna talk on Discord? Nice toes. Like, what the hell? This guy's a freak, bro. Fuck you, good morning. This guy's a freak. So this is the guy. He has a history of this type of stuff happening. And so this is one of the only times he's been like really in a woman's space to be able to do something along these lines to someone. And it's pretty bad, right? And I would like to talk about one thing, which is I want to make sure that I got all of this in line. There's a lot of shit here. There's a lot of shit here. Earlier today, actually, he went missing. Slick went missing, I'm pretty sure. He was just gone. Miz couldn't find him. Nobody could find him. And then recently they thought he like tried to kill himself or he killed himself or something. We found Slick and he is safe. So, you know, at least he's not, you know, dead. That's good. I don't want him to die. As far as I know, all of this is not great, but you know, I think him being dead wouldn't really fix the situation, if I'm going to be honest. And there's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of stuff going on, but I wanted to show you what she had to say about all of this because she did a little stream the other night. Let's see what she has to say. We can't watch all of this. There's no possible way we can watch all of this, but I do want to watch a little bit of it because it is important. All right. And what she has to react to, how she has to react to a good amount of this.
It's me, Adrianah Lee, and I didn't think that something like this would happen, but I'm not necessarily upset about it.
So what she's talking about here is that she didn't really want a lot of this to be public at the moment. This dropped and she was not wanting it to drop like this. At least she wasn't going to speak about it, right? And so remember how this all came to be was that Train used it as a dunk on Miz after saying that he should be like deplatformed after apparently pushing like a shit coin or something, or a rug pull coin. Still not sure if that's true, but I know that's what Miz said. So
because of just, it's been a year, over a year. So it was like June 7th, I think, that I came out with the Twit Longer. It's been over a year since I came out with that Twit Longer. And over a year since I've faced the consequences of doing what I thought was the right thing to do, and doing what Mizkif and Maya asked me to do.
That's kind of scary, right? Because remember, this all happened for the 21st, for a birthday party or a party that happened in Mizkif's like massive streamer house mansion thing, right? And she got drunk there. And so we're going to be hearing a little bit from Maya specifically about this after this. But she did ask her to do stuff, which is, you know, a little bit of an oops.
One misconception that a lot of people say, well, why did you come out about it? Why did you say something? I was asked to say something and almost sent to say something by Maya and Mizkif. Thank you, Bird, for the prime.
That's pretty bad.
Because it wasn't like, drama whore, Adrianah Lee. Drama whore shouldn't have even said anything if she's so upset for the backlash. Drama whore, you know, all this shit. It's actually ridiculous. Like, you guys need to stop dick riding, for real.
Also, I realized, I found this out a little while ago. She's pretty young, too. She's like 22. She's a little younger than me. And so I think when all of this happened, she just turned 21 or around there. It's either she's like, was in the, I think she was, yeah, like just turned 21. And even like before it seemed like she talked about how she felt pressured to come out with something.
This is how it is as a woman on Twitch. If something happens to you, you are not allowed to say anything, and that's why I didn't say anything for 1.5 years. You know what I mean? I didn't say anything because as a woman on Twitch, and this happens in the Minecraft community too, as a woman on Twitch, you are not allowed to say anything. Because the minute you say something, you're a clout chaser, you're a whore. People call me that already. You are an e-girl desperate for attention. You're not allowed to talk about experiences that made you uncomfortable. You're just supposed to be a fucking object the way Twitch fucking treats you. You're just a motherfucking object. You're just a motherfucking decoy to make Twitch look good, to make other streamers have more viewers, because we need a girl on our podcast. You're, as a woman on Twitch, you are not allowed to talk about anything that happens to you, because the minute you do, you are constantly victim blamed.
Damn, you hate that. And it is true. That does happen a lot. And I'm going to be showing you this here in a moment, how even some people think that's why we need more women. Nah, brother. If you think just having more women's gonna fix this issue, I got something to show you after we're done watching a bit of this.
I was told to say something by Mizkif and Maya. And let's not forget, let's not forget this, okay?
You're welcome. Good. She went live and said a bunch of shit about Slick that was a lot, I guess is the word.
It was a lot.
It was pretty malicious. And
malicious?
A lot of things that was kind of fucked.
Does he know what the word... Wait, I'm not sure. I don't want to call him stupid, but does he know what the word malicious means? Probably just dishonest, you think? I don't know. I don't want to... I hate putting, you know, malice where, like, ignorance belongs. So I don't want to say he's, you know, doing this specifically. I do know that he had a vested interest in making Slick feel good, not come out too bad out of this, because Slick is 100% his friend, and he was copying for him a lot. Just made a statement. We'll be looking at it in a bit. We're busy right now.
So...
But just so you know, malicious means you specifically want to do
went
harm
live
to somebody.
And said a bunch of stuff about Slick, and it got on live streams. I woke up at 10 in the morning, but actually I was already awake, and Maya like nudges me and is like, "Look what the hell's happening." I'm like, I couldn't believe it. You can ask Maya, it's true. It was the worst day of my life. I mean, I was sitting there crying nonstop. I was having panic attacks. I didn't understand what the hell was happening. I thought I was gonna lose Slick, and if you know, it would be the second guy with bleach blonde hair leaving my house. You know, that it's like an every 6-month thing with me. So
one long coffee, thank you.
That's not good, brother. that's what I actually don't know what the first guy who left his house was. Honestly, Silker doesn't regret leaving Mizkif's house. How many people does he have in his house? Wait a second. How many people are in his massive fucking streamer house? Wait, does anybody know? How many? Who lives in Mizkif's house? Oh, good fucking lord. Mizkif, Simply, I know Simply, Emiru, Russell, Crazy Slick, Lakari has been temporarily living there for about a month or two. What the fuck? There's so many people. Apparently he had somebody else leave his house, but I don't know, dude. You gotta keep track of these boys who are in your house. Something bad's going on.
Thank you. Only one.
Yeah, I was pretty scared. I thought I was gonna lose Slick. I thought I would have to kick him out of my house because
this is a video, by the way, YouTube video.
Any of that shit. I'm not. If just even though Slick's my best friend, I hang out with him literally every day. I'm not gonna tolerate stuff like that, and I would totally kick him out of the house. Because what I thought, which was the worst, was that
this is right after I put the tweet longer out. Yeah.
So we didn't really know what was happening because the girl who this happened to, which is Adrianah Lee, I mean, I don't know her for shit. I don't know her at all. The only person that kind of had word on it was Novaru, and Slick was just sitting there having panic attacks the entire time, freaking out, not knowing what's gonna happen with his life. No, not Adrianah Chesnick, not her. But I just want to say this, and me and Maya totally agree on this.
Listen to this part.
So what Slick did was inexcusable. Like, I know he didn't do anything that was extreme, which was what a lot of us perceived, but what he did was inexcusable. What he did was, he's just, how would you describe it?
Let's back up a little bit, because we both thought a lot about what we're going to say. So I'm going to start from the top a little bit here, because it's feeling disjointed. So, yes, it all started with Nova saying that yesterday. I want to start by saying that she wasn't even there, and everybody knows, right? It's super fucked up to bring up somebody else's experience like that without their permission. She didn't say her name, but we're very grateful to Adrianah for doing the tweet that she did, because she was forced into that.
Listen to this. Let me rewind it for y'all.
Very grateful to Adrianah for doing the tweet that she did, because she was forced into that position, and she talked about her past experiences, which is super brave and really, really hard to do.
She was also forced into that in like 6 hours.
Right.
Like, she didn't even know what was happening, and she was forced into tweeting the situation in 6 hours.
And so, in her doing that, everybody is so sorry to her that she had to go through that, because it's so unfair. But what she said in that statement, he said that what Slick did was inexcusable, and that's true, because Slick made people uncomfortable, even though it wasn't his intention.
Can someone acknowledge
that's the main thing I want to pull from that.
Wait a second. Can someone acknowledge the horrifying pillow? Oh, do you mean this and this? Like the egg painting with like the eyebrows and the face, and like the pillow with the egg pillow with the eyebrows and the face. This is Mizkif's like logo. It's like a brown egg oval shaped thing with like his like a realistic version of his face just like pasted onto it. And so like yeah.
He said that what Slick did was inexcusable, and that's true, because Slick made people.
This? Bruh.
Oh, she listens to Childish Gambino. That's so cool.
There's just a lot of things that I've compiled over the past year that just point out like mostly the hypocrisy.
The year.
He did. I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna boost this just in case.
I mean, I will pretty much fucking say it. He harassed that girl. He did. And you know, he needs to get better. He needs to do shit better. It's
I can't turn up the volume. It's as loud as it goes.
I really think he has a lot to work on, man. I mean, I will pretty much fucking say it, but he still has so much work, because that shit can't happen, man. It can't happen.
What the hell was that little critter that ran?
Hey, his words, not mine. Okay. And I said this a while ago on Omegle when somebody asked me about it.
News.
So just so you guys know, I'm not changing my story. I'm not pandering to what Train tweeted. This is something no more white hardos. No more spam. It's not white hardos. Try hard. No more try hard spam. No, you guys can do it for real now. The emotes. Let me turn off. How do I turn it off?
You hate to see it. While a woman's talking about being sexually harassed, while being blackout drunk at a party, chat spams try hard all over the screen. Try hard shower begins, getting try hard spammed. You hate to see it, Sag. I'm disappointed in him, but I will not hold him accountable. Well, I mean, so if it was just the one thing, and he's like living at the house, right? He's just literally living at the house. I'm not sure if necessarily kicking him out would be the best thing. There'd be like a different, path that I would take in regards to that. Because I don't know exactly how the situation happened, right? We're still gonna be listening to this. But like on top of like his behavior that he's been doing like outside of the house and to other people, I think the likelihood of Mizkif not knowing about like what he did prior and like after to like other women and other people is low. I feel like that's low. And so it seems like his behavior just has not changed that much, which is not good. Then I would be like, we can't have you here. You're just like you are literally just a danger to other people at that point. Like, then you'll just have to go. Yeah, maybe you. Yeah, like if this is the how you just like continually act, then in like a party house, streamer house, then yeah, you've just gotta you just can't be here.
This is something that I filmed, I think, like a long time ago. Because when you have Omegle footage, you have hours of it. I have like 2 or 3 hours of Omegle footage. I have random conversations with people I'm never gonna see again.
So true.
Just so you guys know, I'm not changing my story, and then I'll answer questions. And then I have more things to say that I've been writing down, obviously, for a long time now. And then I will answer questions.
News tab. I was about drunk involving Slick. That's fucked up.
I didn't even say anything about it.
This never got that big.
Yeah, to this
Like-
day. You wanna know the fucked up thing?
More spam.
Here's my rant part 2. The most fucked up thing is I didn't want to bring it out because I knew I would get the short end of the stick bringing it out, especially with the Reddit coomers and whatever. So I just, kept my distance, minded my business. And then some girl was like, this girl named Novaru. I don't know if you know her. Fuck Novaru.
Novaru, maybe.
She was like grasping at straws because her channel was starting to get irrelevant and she wasn't involved in like the circle anymore. So she was like, I don't like Slick because she touched my friend. We weren't friends. She had me blocked on fucking Twitter. I don't even know why. She had me blocked because she had beef with my other friend. So she had me blocked on Twitter. She told my story saying, oh, he touched my friend while she was unconscious. Told that story. And then it blows up on LSF. Everyone's like, the girl needs to come out. Whoever the girl is needs to come out. So I'm like, what the hell? I woke up. I was trying to go to physical therapy that day. I got a bad back. And
What, these girls? Have you guys seen this? There's been so many girls, and is it just me? They all have joint issues. They all have gastrointestinal issues, and they all have ovarian issues. It is wild. What do we put? Is it the microplastics or something? It's all these like all I don't know, brother. Like all the like 19 to 27-year-old women, white women falling apart. Yeah, I know, right? What's happening? Are they okay? What's going on? I was thinking about this last night. I don't know what's happening with them. I feel bad.
And then I was like, fuck, I gotta go to my friend. So I went to my friend who was the one who told me, because obviously I was unconscious, who was the one who told me that he was doing that. Because apparently there was like my group of friends who was like trying to protect me from him and kept telling him to stop, and he just kept doing it. So then I went over to his house and I was like, okay, let's write this tweet longer because fuck Nova, I'm gonna go on Slick. Because fuck them. Like, it sucks that I have to do this, but I have to because I was asking for the girl to come out. So I go upstairs. He's in a meeting because he works from home. So he goes in his meeting. I go upstairs to my friend because my friend was at work, the girl, because they're boyfriend, girlfriend. I start doing my makeup in her room because she has a little like makeup room. And I hear Mitch, Barry, and Maya come in. I'm like, oh, hell.
Maya who?
Mrs. X.
Maya Higa?
Yeah, but they're dating. So I'm like, oh, fuck no. Like, I do not want to deal with it.
They just come in like, hello. Oh, we heard you were. They smelled. Big streamers, they can smell it. All right, they smelled her open up twit longer, and they instantly poof appeared behind her. They felt a disturbance in the force, and they all three rolling deep just descended upon her. Smells like allegation. There's something going on here. My lord.
Them. I don't want to deal with them. I just want to write this tweet longer and move on with my life. And so then at the time I had a big Minecraft following, so I have all these young girls looking up to me, right? And I really like stick up for these young girls because what I've experienced, my biggest like trouble that I had that in that time was like I would go to these young girls' streams and they would just get like sexually harassed, like people saying like show your tits, and they're like literally minors. So it's like, bro, no girl should have to feel like they're just playing Minecraft.
Good lord.
Like,
of course, right.
I get it that there's hot tub streamers on the site, but like these young girls don't deserve that. But anyways, besides the point. My point was Maya was like, I just don't think you should say anything at all. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Or she said I should say something anonymously, or whatever. And was like, no, or I should say it wasn't that big of a deal and I'm over it now. And I was like, listen, I'm gonna be true to myself. I'll make Slick look good, like an angel, because I did in the tweet longer. If anybody ever bothered to read it, because a lot of people didn't. I make Slick look like an angel. I'm like, hey, it's whatever. This made me uncomfortable, but it's whatever. Even though I was upset with it, I just, I came to a even point with Maya because Maya was like, we don't want to kick him out. So I was like, okay, whatever. So then, and then
oh no, Maya, what have you done? She's like, can you make him look okay so we don't have to kick him out? My lord. Maya, what have you done? That was Maya in the other video? Yes, we're gonna be hearing from Maya again. That's, yeah, Mrs. X, the girl who was sitting next to him. Maya. Yeah. This woman. Yes.
Mind you, and I expressed this when
geez. It's so loud.
I was over there. I didn't want to be socially excluded. I expressed that. I said, hey, listen, I'll do whatever. Like, this is obviously, I'm going to tell my side of the story, but I'm able to come to an even point with you so you guys don't exclude me. Because knowing this, like, as a smaller streamer in Austin, these people have the power to isolate me. Isolate the fuck out of me. And she said, okay, that's fine. And guess what happened anyways? Guess what fucking happened anyways? Hey, Adrianah, but I see you at parties all the time. We'll get in to all of it in a little bit, okay? There's gonna be more in this video too, okay? I'm gonna answer questions too.
I went on Nova, whatever. And to this day, every time I hang out with a streamer, a bigger streamer on a website, on a platform, whatever, and they know the Mizkif circle jerk, he will go and message them, whatever big streamer I'm with, a long paragraph on how he doesn't want them to be around me because it triggered him because he almost got kicked out.
Really?
But you know what the Reddit comments are saying to me? And I've actually experienced like real, like not saying it wasn't real sexual harassment, but I've experienced like real sexual assault in my life, you know, before Twitch or anything. And just the Reddit comments I was getting were absolutely absurd, bro. Like, it's like, Jesus Christ, like, you guys are allowed to say this? Like, you're...
My lord, bro. Texas Twitch is toxic as fuck. I guess, bro. I mean, I haven't really experienced Texas Twitch, but everything's bigger in Texas, even the sexual harassment. My lord. Jeez, bro. I can't even imagine, like, the fact that he would like allow them to message other streamers that she'd be working with to say that I like don't do it because I'm so triggered that she almost got me kicked out after I sexually harassed her. Okay, buddy. There's a side of Twitch called Texas Twitch. No, it's just Twitch streamers who are all in Texas, and specifically Austin. There's a lot of Dallas and Austin streamers. Because it's like Texas is now California too. And then probably when like California and when Texas becomes like California, then they're all going to move to Florida, and Florida is going to be like California 3.
You're allowed to say these things to a woman about a woman. But yeah.
No, that's okay.
And
that's
now to this point,
insane.
I'm like shadow banned from that whole group. Like, a lot of people are like chill with me. And the thing that sucks is like, I'm friends with these bigger streamers and they don't want, they still like, they know I'm right. And they've reached out to me and like, are you okay, whatever. But they can't be seen in public with me. They can't collaborate with me because at the end of the day, if they do, guess what happens? Slick goes in and is like, I don't want you around her anymore. And Slick has the power to, because Slick can cut him off from this Mizkif circle jerk, which they all are like grasping to get in. You know what I mean?
That's
My lord, bro. Listen, I don't talk to a lot of other streamers, but I do know this is true. A lot of these streamers, for them, one of the biggest things to get on to like, you know, blow up your streaming career is to get closer to another streamer and then hopefully be able to get clips on places like LSF, live stream fails, things along those lines, and like talk to other people. So this is all stuff that does actually happen. I've seen a bit of it. You know, people talk about like clout chasers and everything, and now even though everyone is a clout chaser, and even the biggest streamers, even though they aren't necessarily clout chasers, they're more like clout hoarders. You know, like they've turned into like the gold dragon from like old like European folk tales, where they sit on their massive throne of clout and make sure that nobody else can touch it, right? And only dole it out to certain people, you know, destined for, because they know they'll be able to like get it back in some way, right? Whether that be because the other streamer helps them grow their platform or something. It is a lot.
fucked up, dude. What the fuck? I didn't know that whole situation was that like toxic.
Yeah, it kind of sucks because
Crazy Select is a piece of shit.
it's the one thing that really like made me contemplate like unaliving, because it's like I worked so hard, as I've said
Oh my
in the beginning
gosh.
of my rant today. I worked so hard to get where I am, and like I'm from the trailer parks of Michigan. Like I'm not from like, I don't got like a rich family. Like I got kicked out when I was 17, and I worked really hard to get to where I am and to do what my dream job. But now it's like things are just so hard for me because, you know, I came here for.
That's so sad. I kind of want to talk to her, like unironically, probably not about this, but I do kind of like, I want to talk to this Adrianah girl, honestly, a little bit. I don't know, maybe probably like a long time after this, I'll reach out, so it won't be to stop like the constant like inflow of messages from like, you know, people saying this, that, and the third and everything, right? But yeah, she seems super cool, honestly, to go from getting kicked out to being able to go to parties with some of the richest people in Texas, you know, who aren't like oil barons or something, right? Like that's pretty big. That's a massive come up. She should be proud, honestly. Only for this to happen to her, right? That sucks.
Mind you, I work 2 real jobs now because I wasn't able to keep up with streaming. And let that be any factor. It could be any factor. I'm not saying it's only because of the slick situation. It could literally be any factor, okay? I'm not saying, but obviously this didn't help. And I'm sure I would be somewhere else with my career if this didn't happen.
For opportunity, I was friends with like that group before I came here, you know?
Right.
Like before I moved here, I used to visit a lot because I was friends with all these people. And now it's like I'm just like a social outcast.
That's fucked. So he tried to do all that while you were like drunk, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I was drunk and then I passed out because I drank too much. But I was like, it was like in an Airbnb, so I was just in a room. And then he kept like trying to come in, like feel my chest and like touch my boob. And my friend was like, "Yo, stop!" I was like, "I'm just checking your pulse." He's like, "Dude, stop! You're not checking your pulse. Like you're
checking her pulse, grabbing her.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And then he would go away and he would come back and try to do it again. So my friends literally had to guard.
Holy crap! What the fuck? Like I knew they said he like came back multiple times, but I didn't know he like came back specifically to just do it again. He was like thinking that what the hell? Why is he acting like a dog trying to get table scraps from the counter? Holy! Just like tried to sneak into the kitchen again. Tried to keep his head down. They had to spray him with water. Get out! Psst, psst. He goes, yeah! He hisses at them, sneaks out of the room again. What the fuck? I just need to make sure she's breathing. Yeah, let me in. Let me check her pulse. Rattling the bars of the cage. Let me in. Oh, good. That's horrifying, bro. What the hell? Can you imagine what would happen? Like, actually, never mind. I don't want to imagine what would happen if her friends weren't there.
Me. And the craziest part is, it's not just like, oh, accusation. He admitted this. He admitted to doing this. Like, he put out his tweet longer after mine saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Adrianah. I was drunk, whatever." He did it. He admitted to doing it. It's not even just like, "Oh, that's a weird accusation that you did."
I didn't even hear about this.
She said she has 2
all.
jobs now, not 3. Well, technically 3 since streaming is a job as well.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
Well, the Mizkif circle jerk. Look, go in the Ludwig circle jerk or something. I don't know. Mizkif.
You know, who is this guy? I mean, you know, big ups to this guy. It seems like he's got his head screwed on straight. You know, at least he has that. I mean, I think Ludwig's circle probably isn't as bad as Mizkif's circle. Ludwig seems to be a cool guy, 100%. Yeah. So yeah, maybe staying away from those types of people is probably better. But at the end of the day, I mean, they do got a lot of views. They get a lot of views.
Circle jerk kind of sucks. It's kind of trashy.
Yeah, that's why I just do my own thing.
That's smart. You're like 10K, 20K,
I've
Andy.
been focusing around other people that like are not in it. And the thing is, at the end of the day, I'm not stupid. These people know. I feel like Nicki Minaj right now because she's like, these people came together to try to end me. No, but the thing is, these people know if I get big, that they're done for. You know what I mean? If I get big, obviously, as you try to search my name, guess what pops up? You know, the more I get big, the more Slick has a chance of getting kicked out or like removed from the scene. So every time
they tried to stunt her growth.
I collaborated with Cypher PK recently. I didn't know he knew Cypher PK. He weaseled his way in.
No
Cypher
way.
PK party because I collaborated with him. I didn't even know he lived in Austin. I collaborated with him. I got invited to like a dating show with them.
A lover host.
Kind of like that, but for his younger brother. And
okay.
You know, I did my thing because I've been on Lover Host before. I know how to do that. What I'm saying is, I talked to the person who organized this party. He found a way to insert himself into Cypher PK's party. You know what I mean? After he saw that I was, so obviously he's like trying to stop my bag. Intentional. This time just like, oh, we know the same people. It's like he saw me that I was doing this, so he went out of his way to go figure.
Not to mention, he would see who I was hanging out with on Twitter, girls, guys, girls he doesn't even talk to, and invite them to whatever like next Ms. House party that was happening. So, oops.
Figure out a way to sabotage it. You know what I mean?
Lord.
Or attempt to scare me. Like, I'm not scared.
It'll be fine. Thank you for the tier 1, Grim. And Apple Orchard. But, you know, things kept going. And then people are afraid to be around me. A lot of people who I've been friends with who are bigger streamers are obviously afraid to be around me because, as I said in that video, I did a stream with I'm not going to even name names, but they know who they are, okay? You might be able to dig. It's not that fucking hard to find. I did a stream where I drank with 3 of my friends, okay? 3 of them. And it was a grand old happy time. Great stream, good content, funny. With a couple clips on LSF. Come to find out that later that night, Slick messages a paragraph to both of my friends who I streamed with. Who knows about the third one? I was confirmed to 2 of them. Don't know about the third one. Saying, why are you around Adrianah Lee? She triggers me. Okay? She triggers me. Please don't hang around her.
Wow.
Do not.
That's why her friend. He tried to separate her from her friends. That's insanity. That's insanity, bro. How did he not get kicked out? This is abuse. It is. He's trying to just make sure that she just disappears. Trying to cut off every single avenue for making collaborations and even having personal friends. Because he's gonna be like that. Let me cut them off from like the Miz group of like massive streamers. My lord.
I was just trying to collaborate with some of my friends who happen to be bigger streamers than me. And guess what? I did not see one of those people, because one of those people works for OTK. I have never hung out with him since. And listen, hey, it's not his fault. It literally is not his fault. I don't want to stop his bag. I don't want to be the reason that he gets fired or the reason that he can't make money. Do your thing. Like, I as a friend or as someone who does care about people's well-being, yeah, do your thing. It fucking sucks that I'm this hush-hush word, this hush-hush situation. Nobody can be my friend or be around me without Slick having something to say about it. Whatever. Okay? And a lot of people who are saying Adrianah Lee, drama whore, whatever, didn't even care to read the tweet longer. I'm gonna just read it out loud for y'all again. Because a lot of people are like, she said this. It's like, take a break, take a breather, and go read the fucking tweet longer yourself.
So we were able to read a bit of it. We don't have to go through that again. But yeah, she's I think she handled this really well with everything that she had to say, with everything that she did. I think she like handled this like super well. I want to finish this bit here with Maya talking, and then we'll hear a little bit more from Maya after this.
He is gonna change his behavior. He is gonna. It's so hard to say it without sounding cliche and like not genuine, but he really does want to be better. Like, he doesn't want to make people uncomfortable. He's gonna change himself so that he doesn't do that. Because this was a lot. This was more than a wake up call. This was like, yeah. So there you go.
We're not kicking.
More than a wake up call. I promise he wants to be better. I know him. I know him better than that. He's like a great guy. We're not gonna kick him out. Everything's gonna be okay. Nothing was okay. Nothing was okay. But anyways, I want to show you what Maya had to say about this. So this is the girl who helped orchestrate making sure that Slick was going to be okay and be able to stay in the house and everything. This is her talking about the situation from her end.
I woke up one morning. I think it was either in June or July. I woke up in July. What? It doesn't matter. I woke up to messages or something about Nova coming out, baiting a story, and then Adrianah was going to write a twit longer about Slick and him sexually assaulting her, or him being a predator, or what have you. I woke Miz up, told him, woke Mitch up, told him. We were all freaking out. Miz said he was going to kick Slick out, and we were freaking out about what was going to happen, right, to Slick here. Slick told me his side of the story. Mitch is friends with Adrianah. Miz wanted me and Mitch to go to Adrianah's house to talk to her and find out what happened. I wanted to go find out what happened and figure out what was going to happen with Slick. I think that we said, like, day of or day after that we had gone to Adrianah's. So me and Mitch go to Adrianah's. I watched her whole stream. There were parts of it that were confusing, which I don't blame her at all for. This is another situation that Adrianah's just fucking thrown into. I don't know if she wanted Train to tweet that, but again, she's just like, she's another one. So I don't blame her for there being some confusing things. Originally, she said, and I know a lot of people are saying that I told her not to say anything, which I don't believe is the case. It's been a long time, but she said on her stream she didn't want to come out with it because she didn't want to get the short end of the stick, right? She felt like she was forced into the situation with Nova saying it, but she said on the stream, she was like, I knew I was going to get the short end of the stick if I say something. So we probably had a conversation that was like, are you sure you want to do this? Do you want to say anything, or do you just want to do it anonymously? Something like that, right? That's probably the conversation that I had with her. It was like, do you want to do it anonymously, or do you not want to do it at all? She said that she wanted to come out with a statement. She said she wanted to talk about it. She said that she told me about her audience and how there's a lot of young women in her audience, and she felt like it was her responsibility to tell her story. So I said, okay. And her friend in that call, Kyle, was there the day of as well. He mentioned, I told her that day, I was like, as a woman, if this is your story, you should be able to tell it, right? I was fine with her, the twit longer, fine, right? She was gonna write a twit longer. And I asked her if she thought that Slick raped her or sexually assaulted her. And at the time, we agreed, or at the time, she said no. So I said, okay, could you include that in your twit longer?
We agreed. Oh no. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like a Freudian slip or something, but just the we came to the agreement that he didn't rape her. Just doesn't sound much better. We agreed. Ah, no. Right? That's not great.
Then. And she said okay. She still wanted to tell her whole story. She said everything that happened that night in that twit longer. She wrote out what had happened that night, and then she wrote, to be clear, he did not rape or assault me, but his actions did make me uncomfortable. She wrote out the whole twit longer. She showed me it, and I said thank you for including that, because I didn't want added speculation to what was happening with Slick. I didn't think of it as a rape, or honestly,
I didn't think I did. Well, it's not. Well, I understand you're not her friend, and you can't write it for her. So just so you know, this is her confirming that she, Miz, and other people of like OTK in her like a streamer house were proofreading her twit longer before it went out, right? So this is confirmed now that everybody who was a bigger streamer than her, from like Adrianah trying to make sure that she didn't get completely excommunicated, allowed all of them to proofread her twit longer about getting sexually harassed to make sure that it was properly sugarcoated and okay for them to be able to ship out, which is wild. That's wild. I don't like that.
I didn't think of it as a sexual assault at the time, the way we were talking about it, what had happened. And she said that she didn't feel like it was like that. And was there a power dynamic in that situation? Because I'm a bigger streamer, yes. And I feel bad about that. It wasn't my intention to introduce that to the situation. I wasn't trying to impose that on her. I wasn't trying to pressure her, or like force her into saying something. But did it naturally exist? Yes. But all I went there for was to ask her if she had been raped or sexually assaulted. She said no. I asked her if she can include that. And that's like pretty much all that happened. I am gonna show these because I think that it helps a little bit. This is from when it had happened.
What the leaking DMs? Already leaking DMs?
July 6th, I asked if she was okay. She said, yeah, she's hanging in there. I said, I'm fine. Thank you for talking to us today. I'm sorry, talking to us being me, Mitch. I'm sorry for everything that you had to deal with today, me, Mitch, and Miz. And I said, I'm sorry for what happened to Slick. I know it's like to be assaulted, to deal with those feelings in the public eye is a lot. And she said, thank you so much for helping me with this. It's just a lot of anxiety. I was there with her while she was writing it, but it was not like I'm not like holding a gun to this girl's head. I'm not like trying to pay her off. I'm not blackmailing her into saying what I want her to say.
Oh no. Now, I don't think Maya like forced her to say something that she didn't want to say. Really, that's not what I think was going on. I think the power dynamic was there. I think what was really happening was that Maya wanted things to be all right. Maya didn't want things to be too bad, and they both had different wants for what was going on. Adrianah didn't want to get kicked out and excommunicated because this is her job, and connections are very important in the streaming game and the social media game. Okay, so that's incredibly important. Maya didn't want her business to be affected by some girl being assaulted and or harassed, so she didn't want this to be too bad. I think she did by her force in there and not thinking about what she was doing, did indeed, you're right, coerce her into dampening her language for her to like want to acquiesce to. Because obviously they're giving off the vibes of it's not that bad, is it? It's probably not that bad, right? And her just being like, oh yeah, we came to an agreement. I think Maya did debate her on her twit longer. Okay, if I'm going to be completely honest, I think she debated her on her twit longer, right? Like her going like, oh, we agreed. And her saying I didn't think it was an assault. She probably made that known to her. And so that just force in there without knowing, much else more than what happened. I think that she did that a fair amount. and like forced Adrianah to like dampen down her language, because if like they had a disagreement and then the Twitlonger came out and then Maya disagreed with like the characterization with what happened, she was just gone. It was a guarantee that she wasn't going to be able to be part of any more like Mizkif group happenings, right? And so that's what I think that really happened, right? Also, like a couple of people are saying, why didn't this come out earlier? Why weren't people talking about this earlier? I will say it's this one thing, okay? It's this one big, there are a lot of reasons for it, but I think it's this one big thing at the end of the day. It's not really their story to tell. You guys have heard me talk, you guys have heard me say that before. When it comes to stories that I've told on stream, like some of you all have heard me say this, that it, you know, I was going to say something, but then I stopped myself and I was like, it's not my story to tell, right? There are lots of things that happen between people that are bad, okay? I know some things that happen between streamers that are bad, okay? And I know you don't know what happened. And I could tell you what happened, but but because just because I can doesn't mean I should. Right? It's not my story to tell. And I'm not going to be the one who has to face the consequences of that story coming out. You know, I'm not the one who's going to have to deal with the backlash or having to explain yourself or having to make like the next like 5-hour long stream of you like talking about it, right? There's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to happen. And I'm not going to be like party to basically any of it because it's not my story, right? I wasn't really involved in it. I was just told that it was, you know, what happened. Right? It's not my story to tell. And so for a lot of people, like including Train, it wasn't really his story to tell. And that's why I'm a little bit like, I'm not sure if he should have like came out with this like that. I really don't think he should have, right? I haven't heard Adrianah speak on it much. But yeah, it's not like his story to tell on or anybody else's story to tell on this. And so that's why a lot of other people weren't speaking out about it, because they weren't all, you know, Weinsteining. They weren't all being like Slick's confidants for his like Weinsteining women. It's just not their story to like really tell. You got to go through a lot when it comes to like sexual assault and sexual harassment. And to put that on somebody when they don't want to is pretty fucked up. I don't think it's as fucked up as literally assaulting them or it's literally harassing them, but it's still not something that you want to be able to do. It's still not something that you should do, especially if they're not ready for it. You can make a bad problem worse by doing something like that. And I think you're thinking of yourself and you're not thinking of them, really. Even if it probably should come out, but they don't want to bring it out, I still think that you should think long and hard about whether or not going behind that person's back to make it to make that stuff known is worth like the public interest outside of that, like their personal well-being, right? That's something you have to think long and hard of. And I think Train really used it as he just saw a dunk opportunity and that's why he used it, and not because this is something that really, really needed to be more public. I think it needed more attention, and I'm glad it's happening now, but you know, still it wasn't his story to tell and everything, right? And there are a lot of people who will say that a lot of people knew things. I know a lot of people thought that Hassan knew something. A lot of people were talking about Hassan Pecker, right? A lot of people said that Hassan knew about a bunch of shit that was happening and was hiding it. I'm not sure if that's true. I'm really not sure if that's true. I mean, some people were posting this clip of when Pokimane and Hassan were on call reading off what happened.
Are you going to send Maya and Mitch to railroad and blackmail me like you did those girls to cover up those sexual assaults, you fucking scumbag piece of shit? You want to come at me and make shit up, then you better be sure you don't live in a glass house, you insecure. I'm lost.
I don't even, holy shit. Are you going to send Maya and Mitch to railroad?
So then he just reads it back.
Railroad him.
I don't know. What the fuck?
I will say this response is a little this response does seem a little sus. It does seem a little, what? Huh? What happened? That's wild. Damn. Huh? Who could have seen this coming? What? I will but it seems like he didn't actually know what was going on. It seems like he unironically did not know what was happening. Yeah, a lot of people were posting this in response to what Hassan was Hassan's response.
I have no knowledge of any of this. This is so bizarre.
Well, I have had no knowledge of any of this. Surprise, Pikachu. Who could have seen this coming? Right, and so lots of stuff going on. I think at the end of the day, it is true that Hassan Pecker did not know what was going on. Hassan did have Adrianah on stream to talk about this. Adrianah did say that she was just throwing at a bunch of people who were just like around Mizkif, who she thought knew about it. Hassan said he didn't know about it, and then she was like, "Oh, okay. If you didn't know about it, then you didn't know about it, right?" So I guess they came to that conclusion. Whether or not this is still another like you know, I'm not gonna completely rule out Hassan did know a little bit what was going on but didn't say anything, right? It could be in like a little gray area that none of us were really thinking of. That's possible, but you know, as far as I know, Hassan wasn't like hiding this mischievously to make sure that he can still play video games with the funny yelling video game people on twitch.tv, as far as I know. But one thing that I want to show you, okay, the worst of the worst, all right, probably one of the worst reactions to all of this was probably Minx. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, Minx probably is like public enemy number one after this, because at the very least Maya and Miz took a little bit more of a diplomatic route to everything going on. Minx is just like rotting away in her room and decided to say this.
Yeah.
Slick is slick. No,
that's okay.
Like, I was here for this, and the other girl that was there too, and I heard them out. This is bullshit.
Is that a hoarder room? I think she says that she's having another mental breakdown, or she's having a I don't know, I think she's depressed and she's gone goblin mode, okay? She has gone goblin mode. Something's going on in her head, it seems. Now, some people say that she's just a clout demon who's depressed and like losing it because her viewership has gone down consistently for a little while. So she's like, you know, kind of falling apart. And this is her reaction to all of this falling apart here. But she's still been like going live and doing like a bunch of shit and acting wild. I don't follow Minx. I haven't looked at Minx. I don't really care to look into like what Minx is up to, so I can't tell if any of that is true. What I can tell you is that she has gone goblin mode. She has gone complete goblin mode, and she's kind of insane. Okay.
Elaborate. They went out and Slick literally was just himself.
Yeah, but that's a problem.
They took it the wrong way.
Yeah, that's him being himself is bad. No, lady. No, lady.
Slick is weird. Yeah, he is weird, but he does it online. Like it's always how Slick is.
That's not like harassing women online is not better.
Is a clout chaser.
Here it is.
So am I.
It's just, woman, what? Somebody make her turn off and then she just stares at the camera. Somebody make her turn this shit off. Her friends need to come stop this. She has BPD, factually. If that's the case, then she needs to not stream, okay? Because then she says shit like that. 1,000-yard stare. Yeah, then she says shit like that. She needs to not stream. She needs like psychiatric help, okay? This is something that you need to not do. I think, and I don't want to just say, you got to be careful, okay? Because I don't want to say like, no matter what like like mental illness you have, there's no excuse for saying a bad thing. I'm not sure if that's necessarily true, but with that being said, there has to be some breaks. There has to be like a limit to the type of shit that you're doing, and this needs to. I think this is it. Okay, I'm not sure if she was like less, mentally ill, she'd change her tune much. You five me? I don't know. And I don't want to allow somebody to just use like mental illness to hide like bad shit that they do and use it as like a guard, and then like say some really insane dumb shit and then run away, right? But at the same time, like, you know, if this is true, get offline. You need your friends to come like rip you from your computer or something. The people around you need to stop you, all right? When you're in the middle of like if she's in the middle of an episode right now, then she needs to be stopped, and she needs to be put where she can like do no damage to herself and like the people around her, because this is doing damage to both, okay? And so this needs to stop. A couple last things, okay? So Train, even though I think he did, you know, have ulterior motives a little bit by just dunking on Mizkif here, I do think that he does know, and he also has been, even Train has had bad experience with Slick, okay? Even Train's had bad experiences with Slick, and this clip resurfaced of Train in Mizkif's Goblin Den, streamer Goblin Den, and this is Slick. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is Slick right here, who's staring down at Train. So we get to hear a little bit about what Train was saying when he felt like Slick was being a little goofball, a little odd, a little strange, a little disgusting.
What's the number? I'm gonna keep it $150, bro. If I came to your room, and I look under your bed, I'm not gonna find dead animals.
Look, you can go look, man. You can go investigate my room. You can go take a look, man. I feel like Slick's good.
Look at his face. My man's actually uncomfortable.
I'm good, right, buddy? What's up?
Bro, is it gay? Is it gay to do this with your buddies? No.
I mean, it's not his shoulder. It ain't not gay.
He touches me so much.
I don't. I really don't. I really don't touch you.
Maya, last night I was sleeping, bro, and he walked. Listen, dude, he walked to me 6 times.
No, I did not. Do not say I walked to me 6 times.
You did, bro.
It was 2 times.
Last night, it was 2 times.
I heard 4 times. It was twice. It was twice because it was 4. He was laying on the uncomfortable. Like
simply stop instigating. I've said 6 the last fucking 2 days.
It was 2. He was sleeping. I offered him.
He was sleeping? Bro, what are you doing? I didn't do it 6 times. It was 2 times. Somebody said I heard 4 times. Bro, dude.
My bed. I wasn't sleeping in it. I offered my bed.
Slick.
So everybody here knows Slick's got a little bit of a problem. Slick's a little strange. Slick's got an issue going on, right? Good night, Train. Bro, get off of me. Oh, I'm sorry. Comes in again. This room must reek. What, do you think it smells crazy in there, huh? Is that what you're saying? You think it smells crazy in there? Come on. So yeah, there's that. And I think the last thing that we need to cover on this at the moment is probably what Ice Poseidon said about Mizkif. Now, I can't show you these on stream, but for the people that know, they know this is Ice Poseidon. He is he used to stream on Twitch after until he got banned, and that was a while ago. And so these are messages that Ice Poseidon pulled from 2018, back where he used to speak to Mizkif. And so these are DMs, Twitter DMs that they spoke to. Once again, you can find this on Twitter by looking up Ice Poseidon. I don't say think Ice Poseidon's the good guide here. Ice Poseidon also says slurs and is generally an uncouth and not very good guy. But he's jumping on the hype train of hating on Mizkif by dumping this. So even though I don't think that he's good, it seems like these messages are real, I guess, until proven false. Right? And so this is June 5th, 2018. Ice Poseidon says, "You all in RV?" And the rest of these messages until I say it's Ice Poseidon are from Mizkif. We're on the road. I don't know what's going on anymore. I just want to drink. This guy's anti-Mexican slur. The S, the word starts with S, ends with C. It's not good. He said, "This guy's and then slur." And then he says, "Keep it on the down low." And then later he says, "What you want food wise?" Ice Poseidon goes, "Just whatever, egg sandwich." Right? More messages from Mizkif, right? I'm not sure if there were messages that Ice Poseidon sent here that he deleted, but these are these are things that Mizkif has said. June 2nd, he said, "Oh, door blocks. Yo, there's a And then he says the N-word hard R in the car. He says, yo, there's a N-word hard R in the car. Yo, need you back. Never mind fixed. Yo, if you ever need to talk or anything, just DM. Ice Poseidon says, I think, how'd you get those? Mizkif says, because I paid for the car. Can you stop being a F-word hard T? 2 G's hard T as well. Then he said, can you pay me? Look, we're friends, Paul, but I'm killing it on Twitch. I don't need you, stuff like that. Mizkif goes, if you don't have Reddit, yeah, I wouldn't be as much. Ice Poseidon says, feels good, man. They're unironically talking to each other in DMs in Twitch emotes. So that's how you know they're real streamers. And then Mizkif goes, don't ever say that to me again. F word, soft G, 1 G this time. The 3-letter F word this time. Bad memes. I will say, I thought Mizkif was kind of all right. I thought he was fine. I'm not sure if him talking like this in private, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Cause it's not all the time that your private language like shows that you have bad views, under the surface, but it's not always that you don't, right? Like if you do it enough, it starts to become a little odd. People have been sharing this image. The abridged version. Yeah, slurs abridged. A little sussy. A little sussy. All right, well, what have we learned here today, chat? I think what we learned is people, even if they're not acting, even if they are knowingly not trying to be bad people, that you having too much deference for your friends can lead to many other people being harmed by their behavior, and you need to put your foot down. If you really care about them, you need to not let them hurt other people, because it's not just like when they hurt other people, that hurts their lives. It also hurts them. They become a worse person the more people they harm. And so if you genuinely care about them, even if it's selfish, you should not allow these types of things to happen and continue. Not at all, right? You need to keep your hands to yourself. That's true. You need to understand that just because women are around does not mean that they're going to automatically take like the woman's side, like a woman's side in her being sexually assaulted, harassed, abused, things along those lines. That just adding more, honestly in these situations, it's like we need more female drone pilots type thing, dog. Like that's not gonna fix there's a more structural issue here than just that. These are all business people at the end of the day, and when there's something that threatens business, they have a high likelihood of coming out against it and closing things off. I don't want to be around any OTK people or any people around like Maya or Miz or any of them themselves. I don't want to be around them. As a black person, after seeing like the N-words drop, I don't want to be there. And as like another streamer who can possibly be assaulted, I'm still a human being who has the possibility of being assaulted or harassed. I don't want to be around them, because it seems like when those things happen, they're going to be taking their friend's side more than anything else, and like trying to ruin my career off of for the horrid crime of being assaulted by your friend or harassed by your friend. I think is not acceptable, really. Like Miz kept saying what he did was not acceptable, it's not acceptable, but he kept him around and let him do the same things over and over again. It's one thing to say it's not acceptable, it's another thing to act like it's not acceptable. And that's not something that really happened, right? That's not something that really happened. I hope Adrianah the best moving on into the future, her being able to quit her shitty wagey cage jobs and go back to doing what she loves, being just streaming. I think that would be a great thing for her. They were all complicit. I think that honestly, there's like almost no heroes in this situation, right? Like XQC is like wishing for Hassan's downfall, so trying to look for anybody to say that Hassan was helping with the sexual harassment. or perpetuate or silence the sexual harassment, he'll do. He's literally doing anything in his power to make sure that he can find people say that, simply because he just hates Hassan now, right? And he's on X's side, especially since they've tried to get like gambling banned and now I guess succeeded. Very few heroes here, you know, and a lot of people, they just kind of want some clout off of it. I'm not gonna lie, like obviously I was like, oh, it's getting a lot of views, we should talk about it, but this at the same time, bro, like it is got, like, if I ever get bigger, I think I should kind of know about like what's going on, so I know I should stay away from some people, because good Lord, that's horrible. That is really bad. There are no W's. It's all L's. It's all L's.